Good morning. Your boy Frank Bank in the building. Man, what a loss for the Sixers last night, bro. When I start I kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of felt like we had the win in the bag last night for some reason. I didn't think we can blow a 24-point lead watching them against Brooklyn the night, like a couple nights before. I actually started saying that Chicago, I didn't know how Chicago was such a good team. But they proved it in the second half. I don't know if it was the defense or our game plan, but Sixers couldn't score in the fourth quarter. They didn't score in the last 6 minutes of the fourth quarter. Maxey went 2 for 8 in the second half of last night's game. Grimes went 0 for 5 and B went 0 for 2. I'm not sure for how many shots he took, but he couldn't hit a shot neither. So it's like, we went away from everything that we did in the first half and started doing the two-man game, and then try to get Grimes to finish the game at the end of the game, see if he could win it for us, even though we got a good look. Even though when I seen that play with Maxey, I thought they was going to do that little high pick off Maxey that they always do to win games. They actually gave it to Grimes, and Grimes took a three to try to win the game, and it didn't work. I guess we can't win every game this year, but yesterday was such a brutal loss. When you get leads of 20 plus on teams, you can't just give them up, especially against top Eastern Conference teams, which I don't know if the Bulls are a top Eastern Conference team, but they beat us last night. It feels like it was more of a game to blame us for the things we were doing than more for what the Bulls were doing. So it's like, that's the vibe I get off of this game. It doesn't seem like anybody's really congratulating the way the Bulls play. Everybody's like saying that we played horrible in the second half. I don't know, man. The Sixers got to stop letting these runs happen in these games, man. I don't understand. They just get stagnant at a point of the game. At one point of the game, they're playing great and they're playing looking undefeatable. And at other points of the game, they're just looking stagnant and can't get a bucket or can't get a defensive stop or keep turning over the ball, which creates big possessions for other teams. Not big possessions, but you know what I'm saying? Like momentum swinging possessions for the other team. I guess since we got this back-to-back with Cleveland tonight, which I will be going live for and calling play-by-play for in pregame, stay tuned for that. That we have a chance to bounce back quick, but Cleveland to me is a tougher. Well, I can't say they're a tougher team because it's early in the season, so we can't really calculate how good each team is. We could just go by what we feel. We got to actually see more stats in this season to be able to know if one team is better than the other. Right now, Chicago is the #1 seed in the East, so how can we say that Cleveland is better than them if they started out different? But for preseason stuff, like before the season, everybody felt like the favorites to win the East, and probably in the better odds is New York and Cleveland, because Cleveland has had a couple good seasons like prior to this season. So Cleveland should be a tough task, and then we're playing off a back-to-back. I think Cleveland haven't played in about 3 days, so that's another thing. But hopefully they be a little cold because they haven't played in a couple games, and we come off since we played tonight. We don't look tired like we did in the second half tonight. We find a way to get re-energized and not look tired, because it just looked like we were playing so great in the first half. This was not understandable. They were playing so great in the first half, looking like they were gonna blow this team out, and then out of nowhere, they just give up the lead so quick. It just happened in like a split second. You could see it coming, but it's like you didn't want to believe it. I don't know, the Sixers, man. I hope this is like just a one-time performance like this, even though they've been showing that they can let teams make runs in the game. So I don't know if this is gonna be like a thing all season that we're gonna be kind of like frustrated about. I hope not, man. I hope tonight they come out and play a great game, even if it's a close game all game, and just execute and do things to win the game. But this last game is not too much to say about it, man. This Bulls game, we had it in the bag if we would have just played even with the Bulls for the second half, because we were already up about 20 at halftime. But we blew the lead. But the only good thing is that we played it again tonight. So it's not a lot of time to, stress about this loss. We play again tonight. We get a chance to bounce back. That's the good thing about the NBA sometimes, that we could have a bad loss and the next game play great and it'll be all forgiven. We got our second loss of the season. We're not going to win all 82 games. So at the end of the day, it's going to be performances like this sometimes. It's part of the NBA season. We just got to have more great performances and less of these performances. So far, I'm not going to say so good, but I guess the positives we could get out this game is that Embiid looked way better defensively. He had 4 blocks and 3 steals. And even though he kind of helped off his man that gave Vucevic that game-winning shot, that was kind of like, anticipating something that wasn't there, and then maybe they were already looking for that three-pointer, but they were only down 1, so it could have been, that he could have thought that they would not take a three-pointer, but this NBA is different. Like, teams will take the best shot. If it's a wide-open three-pointer, they feel like is a better shot than a contested. Like back in the days, it would be drive the ball, try to get to the free throw line. They know that the refs, they don't want to leave the game and the refs whistle. So at the end of the day, they probably want to, try to make a shot instead of, which is a great thing, because I used to hate growing up when you would see teams, take a ill-advised shot thinking they were going to get fouls called, and the refs was not calling it, and they would keep doing it. They keep doing it. Now the coaches are going more towards get a good shot. Even if it's a long three-pointer, I know you're good enough to make this shot. So Vucevic hits the game-winning shot, and then the next play, it looks like is that high rolling where Maxey starts off in the backcourt, outruns his opponent, and Embiid sets that high screen, and Embiid gets Maxey gets the layup, but I guess it just wasn't there. So they found Grimes, and Grimes tried to win the game, and he didn't get it. It was a good shot, though. Grimes usually hits that shot, but Grimes was just struggling so bad in the second half, and he wasn't too involved in the game that maybe the rust or whatever, he couldn't get that shot off. Make that shot. But thanks for joining the live, y'all, too. Everybody that's joining, I hope as I do more and more lives, more people start joining, because we be having fun in them lives, and you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Even though we were winning crazy in the first half, so it was we were kind of happy. I was kind of happy in the first half, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that is what it is, man. Sixers take their second loss of the season. You could have been mad for a while, but all you could do is bounce back tonight and get ready for the next game. That's the good thing about that back-to-back. But the only thing we should know is that Embiid's not playing in this back-to-back. So if we do pick up a win, it's going to be questions about Embiid's. Even though when Embiid was in the game yesterday, we actually were winning by a lot. This the first time, in the season, where Embiid left the game and we lost the lead. So it's gonna be a lot of questions with that. If we play a great game tonight without Embiid and play fast break style basketball that we usually play without Embiid, they might say, oh, Embiid messes things up, but you can't really look at it like that, because he sat for a long time before he got in the fourth quarter. And when he left, we were up. And then when he came back, I guess the lead was down to 7, I believe. Or we might have been losing. But I know we lost a big lead with him on the bench. So, and then we tried to go back to the two-man game, and it just didn't work for us. We couldn't get no buckets. If we would have made just 2 buckets last night in the last 6 minutes of the game, we probably would have won the game. We literally didn't score for the last 6 minutes and 26 seconds of the fourth quarter, and we only lost by 2 points. So that goes to show you that if we would have just hit 2 or 3 buckets in that little span, which is not even perfect basketball, we probably would have won the game. But like I said, Just another loss for the Sixers, the second loss of the season, but hopefully this is a learning lesson and we just, you know what I'm saying, we just learn from this and don't make these type of mistakes again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining the live. Like, comment, and subscribe. I will be here tonight for the Cleveland game. And enjoy your day, everybody. To the next one.